Good afternoon, everybody, from the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, standing alongside Ben Burrows. I am Mitch, Rupert. We're here to talk to you about the 2012 edition of the Little League World Series, the International Field. We'll be giving you a daily update from both the U.S. and international side of the tournament. We're standing out here behind Lugazi Stadium, getting ready for California and Connecticut to play the first U.S. game of the year. Ben's going to be covering most of the international stuff along with Ben Brigandy, who we'll have in here on videos throughout the week. And Ben, I think the first thing we got to talk about is it's quite a big deal this year. Uganda, the first ever African team to qualify for the Little League World Series. Ben, you're going to have an A1 story on the Ugandan team tomorrow. Why is this such a big deal?
Well, first off, it is really because they are the first African team to make it. Usually the region is dominated by the American Air Force base in Saudi Arabia. And also, it's a great feel-good story because last year, Uganda won from Kampala Little League, and they didn't get to come because they weren't able to get visas, U.S. visas to come. There were discrepancies on their birth certificates, and U.S. Department of State just wouldn't let them come. So it's a great story that they were actually able to get the visas to come.
It's a great story, and Ben was down watching them at practice the other day, and Coach was telling him these kids just want to roll around in the grass and dive in the grass, because while they might have grass on their fields back home, it's nothing like this. Did the kids just look happy to be here and to see something like this?
Oh, they look ecstatic. They're the happiest team. They all have smiles on their faces. They say hello to every single person. They're clearly just so happy to be here, and they're more excited than anyone else.
Are they? I think the big question, because this is a tournament, there is a winner. Do you feel like they can win maybe a game or two, or is this a team, their biggest win was just getting here and making this trip to South Williamsport?
I mean, they are a good team. Obviously, they got here for a reason. They're very good defensively. I got to watch them practice on the same field as the Fairfield, Connecticut team. And defensively, they're athletic, they're big, and they can handle all the defensive duties. But I just don't believe they're going to be able to hit enough. And that's because they play in Africa. It's a region where there isn't a lot of Little League. And that's the biggest thing in the Little League World Series is everybody's built on pitching. And I don't think they're going to be able to hit. They might be able to squeak out a game here or there if it's low scoring. Otherwise, they're really happy to be here. And that really is the biggest win for them. They're here to learn and have fun.
If you're free Friday afternoon, 5 p.m., Uganda's going to get its season started off against who?
They will be playing Panama.
Panama, they're going to be playing for their first game. None of the Ugandan parents were able to make the trip out to support their kids. So if you're free at 5 o'clock tomorrow, come down to Volunteer Stadium, support the Ugandan Little League as they're making their first trip here to Little League World Series. And Ben, I think every year we can come here, we can talk about Taiwan, we can talk about Japan, because they're going to be the two front runners on the international field. Give me somebody outside of those two that you think has an opportunity to make a run here in the international field.
Well, to be honest, about 45 minutes ago I would have told you Curacao, but as we walked up here, it was 5-0 Japan in the first inning, or actually in the second inning. But I still think that even going down 0-1, we don't know the results of that game yet, they have the ability defensively and offensively to compete along with Taiwan and Japan.
Obviously Japan, their stud pitcher going today, you practice this, what's his name?
Kataro Kiwamona.
Hitting 75 on the gun, apparently a switch hitter from the plate with power from both sides. That's something to keep an eye on. So now, give me your international winner for the international tournament.
Before, again, 45 minutes ago, I was going to go out on a limb and pick Curacao, but after seeing Japan, it's tough to pick against them, but I'm going to anyway. I'm going to go with the Taiwan team.
There you hear it first. Taiwan, according to Ben Burrows, is going to win the international field, and it'll put you on the spot. Who's going to win the Little League World Series?
I think it's going to be Taiwan. I think they're going to beat McAllister Little League from San Antonio, Texas.
Heard it here first from the Williamsport Sun-Gazette. He's Ben Burrows. I'm Mitch Rupert. You can find us around here all week. Follow us on Twitter. I'll put up all our Twitter handles here. We'll be here all week, all of us from the Sun-Gazette Sports Department. Ben Burrows, Mitch Rupert. We'll see you tomorrow.